Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today welcome to my game week 33 Premier League predictions. And yeah, we got some very interesting games to look forward to this weekend, so yeah, make sure to smash like, subscribe, and let's get into the video. Okay then, and the first game is a 12:30 kickoff from St James's Park, big game in the European race, and it is Newcastle versus my team, Tottenham Hotspur. Now, to be honest, it's a big game for us. Obviously, a win for us, we stay for. I mean, a win or a draw. Even if we lose, we will stay fourth. But obviously, it just depends on the Aston Villa result with Arsenal on Sunday. Obviously, we'll speak about the Villa game later on in the video. But I mean, the next 4 games for us are big. Obviously, we've got Newcastle today, Arsenal. Then we've got Chelsea, and then we've got Liverpool, so we've got some massive games coming up. And I mean, I think this has to be 3 points in my opinion. Obviously, Newcastle hit with an injury crisis. For me, Fulham probably deserved to beat them with the amount of shots they had in the game last week. I mean, obviously, I was at the Tottenham game. For me, I thought we played really well. I thought Mickey van der Ven played well. I thought Maddison played well, and I thought Højbjerg played well when he came on. But I just want revenge, to be honest, because obviously we got absolutely humiliated when we went to St James's Park last season. Of course, we lost 6-1, 5-0 down after 20 minutes. But I mean, obviously, it's not going to be an easy game, because obviously Newcastle, St James's Park, I mean, obviously they've got great fans, Newcastle. They always make St James's Park a fortress. They make it tough. They make it a very difficult ground for teams to go to. But we've got to win this game, because obviously after Newcastle, we've got Arsenal, then we've got Chelsea, then we've got Liverpool, and also we still have to play Man City as well. So it's a big game, but I think we're going to scrape a win. It's going to be a tight game, end-to-end stuff. But yeah, I'm going to go Newcastle 2, Tottenham 3. Come on, you Spurs. Stay tuned for the preview, vlog, and reaction to the game. Okay then, and the next game is from the G-Tech Community Stadium. Moving on to the 3 o'clock games now. And the first 3 o'clock game on Saturday, it is Brentford versus Sheffield United. Now, a very good result for Sheffield United last week, a 2-2 draw versus Chelsea. Obviously, I didn't watch this game because obviously I was at the Tottenham Nottingham Forest game, but I did watch the highlights. And to be fair, Chelsea again. I mean, obviously this is not about Chelsea, because we'll speak about Chelsea later on. They weren't too great, but also we'll speak more about Chelsea later. But I mean, for Sheffield United, that's a really good result for them. I mean, yes, it's Chelsea, they're not really great at the moment. But I mean, one of my mates who's a Sheffield United fan, I think, was at the game, and apparently Sheffield United battered Chelsea. I mean, if there were any people who watched it or who were at the game, put down in the comments how did it go. But I did. But I mean, one of my mates who's a massive Sheffield United fan said that they played really well against Chelsea. So that's actually quite good for them, considering Chelsea are like one of the richest teams in England. But yeah, I mean, obviously looking where the Blades are in the table, I mean, also with the amount of games they left, they are currently 9 points off safety, so it is still possible that they can stay up, but they do need Forest, Everton, and Brentford essentially, and Burnley and Luton to start dropping points, and they need to do a Leicester in 2015 and just find a miracle, to be honest. But I mean, I'm sorry, Sheffield United fans, I just can't see it happen. I mean, Sheffield United, I mean, they've still got to play Man United, they've still got to play Newcastle, they've got Forest to play, and they've got Tottenham to play on the final day of the season. I mean, to be fair, I think Sheffield United could get something out of this game. I mean, for Brentford, I mean, I don't think they've won the game in the Premier League since like January, and yeah, I mean, this has to be a win for Brentford, to be honest. I mean, a draw. I mean, I'm not disrespecting Sheffield United. They're a very good team, but realistically, for a Brentford point of view, they've got to be winning this game. And to be fair, I do think Sheffield United will give them a good game, but I think the Blades will come out on defeat, unfortunately. But it won't be a battering, though, I'm telling you that. But yeah, prediction, I'm going to go 2-1 to Brentford. Okay then, and the next game, it is Turf Moor Burnley versus Brighton, and just like Sheffield United, Burnley also needing points to stay up. They are kind of falling behind now. They are 6 points off safety, and of course there are not many games left. So Vincent Kompany's side, I should say, kind of desperate for points, to be fair. But just like Sheffield United, I mean, of course they got Brighton tomorrow, and they've still got to play against Manchester United, Newcastle, and my team, Tottenham Hotspur. Plus, they've got Nottingham Forest on the final day of the season, and for Forest they could go in relegation on the final day. So, not just for Sheffield United, it's going to be quite tough for Burnley with the remaining fixtures that are left. I mean, to be honest, I think we can all admit that Sheffield United and Burnley are going back down to the Championship next season. Speaking of the Championship, another defeat for Leicester tonight against Plymouth Argyle. But yeah, I mean, I wonder who's going to be in the Prem next season. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, but I mean, for Brighton, I mean, this is a game that they have to win, to be honest. Of course, Brighton, they're currently 10th. They're currently 5 points behind West Ham in 7th. So this is a game Brighton really need to win if they want to keep their European hopes alive. Obviously, Brighton, their last game, they lost 3-0 against Arsenal. I mean, that was kind of expected, to be fair, because they are playing Arsenal. Burnley, I did watch Burnley last time out actually against Everton, and to be fair, I thought Burnley played really, really poor. I mean, Muric for Everton's goal, I just don't know what he's doing, but to be honest, I thought Burnley played really, really poor. And I mean, the game against Brighton, they probably are going to lose, but after Brighton, then they have got Sheffield United, which is a big opportunity to get 3 points, to be honest. But for me, I'm going to go with a win for Brighton. I think Burnley will make it tough, though, obviously with it being a Turf Moor, but Brighton are going to win. I'm going to go 2-1 to Brighton. Okay then, and the next game is Manchester City versus Luton Town at the Etihad, and yeah, I think it is safe to say it's going to be a very tough day at the Etihad tomorrow for Luton. I mean, if Luton can get something, it would be absolutely incredible. Of course, Luton, I mean, they got a big win last week as well, a 90th minute winner from Colton Morris against Bournemouth. Massive win for the Hatters in their push to survive, obviously, Manchester City. Obviously, Man City, they were in Champions League action, and what a game they were involved in. 3-3 draw at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid. I mean, Foden was just absolutely brilliant. I mean, apparently he's got a little bit of an injury, so, I mean, to be fair, I mean, it'd be quite interesting on what team that Pep Guardiola names out tomorrow, obviously, considering they got that second leg against Real Madrid coming up at the Etihad. I mean, maybe we could see the likes of Oscar Bob starting. Maybe we could see even that Rory Hamilton, because I think he started in their last group stage game against Red Star Belgrade, so maybe we could see him starting. Maybe you might see the likes of Rodri and now, obviously Ortega, maybe Diaz. But I mean, going forward, I mean, is Foden going to start? Is Haaland going to start? Is De Bruyne going to start? Because apparently he actually threw up in the changing room in the build up to that game in Madrid on Tuesday. But overall, I mean, City, I thought they played okay, to be fair, but that second leg is going to be very interesting. But for me, I think they should beat Luton. But I mean, Luton, if they win them, if they can get even a draw at the Etihad, it's really good for them. But I think City are going to win, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm going to go Man City 4, Luton 0. Okay then, and the next game, I think this will be a good game, in my opinion. Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. I think this will be a really, really good game. Obviously, Wolves, you could say pushing for Europe, to be fair. I think they're currently around 42, 6 points off West Ham, who are in the Conference League position at the moment. So Wolves kind of need to start picking up points, don't they? But obviously Wolves, they did lose to West Ham last week. Obviously, lots of controversy in that game. Should Wolves' equaliser stood? For me, I think it should have stood, in my opinion, but a lot of people can debate that down in the comments. Obviously, Nottingham Forest, obviously they lost 3-1 to my team, Tottenham. I mean, Forest, I mean, when they equalised from Chris Wood, I thought that was probably the only good spell I saw realistically from Forest, in my opinion. I mean, by the way, how did Chris Wood miss that absolute sitter, by the way? I do not know, but I mean, with it being at the City ground, I mean, Forest, they would definitely give Wolves a good game, and I think for Nuno as well, I think when Forest are at home, I think that's where he gets his points at the City ground. I think Forest are going to get a point out of this game. I think Wolves will give him a good game. I think, to be honest, I won't be surprised if Forest win this one, but I'm going to go with a draw, 2-2. Okay, then moving on to the Saturday night football, and the Saturday night football is from the South Coast Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth against Manchester United. Now, Manchester United obviously 2-2 draw with Liverpool in last week. A very good result for Man United, obviously, considering. I mean, they're not really playing for anything now, because I think they are pretty much guaranteed to get Europa League, even though they actually could get Champions League. But I think they need West Ham to finish 5th, and they need West Ham to win the Europa League. But West Ham are 2-0 down, because obviously they lost to Bayer Leverkusen. But yeah, obviously for Bournemouth, 2-1 loss against Luton, not the result they wanted, considering before that game they were unbeaten in the last 5 games. Bournemouth were unbeaten in the last 5 games before that defeat at Kenilworth Road last Saturday. But yeah, I mean, obviously Iriola will obviously want a response from his players after that defeat, and I mean, Man United, it's not going to be an easy game. I mean, obviously I saw bits of the game. I mean, Bruno Fernandes, I mean, to be fair, to hit that shot on the volley first time was brilliant, and Kobe Mainoo as well, absolute baller. I'm sorry, that guy has to go to the Euros, period. And but for me, good performance from Man United against a Liverpool side who are fighting for the title. And for me, I think Man United are going to leave the South Coast with 3 points. Bournemouth 0, Man United 3. Okay then, and the next game is from Anfield, Super Sunday, and it is Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Now, what on earth happened on Thursday to Liverpool? They lost 3-0 to Serie A side Atalanta in the Europa League. Now, I didn't watch the game, but I have seen the highlights, and I've seen that a lot of Liverpool fans are not happy. Apparently Liverpool played really, really poor against Atalanta. I mean, defensively they were absolutely atrocious. I mean, for Scamacca's second goal, literally no one is marking him. I mean, it's going to be tough now for Liverpool. Obviously, they all thought they were going to win the treble. Obviously they've already won the Carabao Cup this season, because obviously they beat Chelsea. I mean, obviously they got knocked out of the FA Cup by Man United. They have to go to Bergamo and come back from 3-0 down, and of course they got this game on Sunday. I mean, to be honest, the next 2 games are big for Liverpool. Obviously this game, obviously stay in the title race, and obviously if they want to keep their treble alive, obviously they got to go to Bergamo and come back from 3-0 down. I mean, like, honestly though, just the defender from Liverpool against Atalanta was absolutely terrible. And yeah, obviously Crystal Palace, they lost 4-2 to Man City. I mean, they did score first, fair enough. I mean, 2 goals against the current champions of England, Europe and the world. It's quite good, to be fair, but for me, Liverpool got to bounce back. I think they will bounce back. I think they're going to win. I mean, apparently Alisson might be back for this game. I don't know if that's true or not. To be honest, I don't even know when Alisson's back, but I've heard stuff going around about him. But yeah, I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool. Okay then, on the next game we have a London derby at the London Stadium. It is East versus West. It is West Ham versus Fulham. Now, I did watch West Ham last night. They did lose 2-0 to Bayer Leverkusen, and to be fair to West Ham, they actually played quite well, considering Bayer Leverkusen, they're unbeaten in the Bundesliga. Leverkusen, they can actually win the Bundesliga this weekend. I mean, I think they need Stuttgart and Bayern Munich to lose their games, or they just need Bayern Munich to lose, or if both Bayern and Stuttgart win, Leverkusen just need to beat Werder Bremen. So yeah, but I mean, it's just incredible what's happened to Leverkusen this season. It's remarkable. But I mean, obviously, like I said, West Ham, I thought they played very well last night. I mean, they did quite well to hold Leverkusen out for that long, but I mean, they are pretty much out, to be honest, unless they turn it around at London Stadium on Thursday. But yeah, obviously they are in pole position anyway to qualify for the Conference League at the moment. But I mean, Fulham, I mean, obviously they lost 1-0 to Newcastle, but they absolutely battered them. They had a lot of chances in that game, Fulham. So I think they'll give West Ham a good game, to be fair. I think Fulham will score, but I think West Ham will sneak win, because obviously West Ham, they need kind of preparation and motivation going into that second leg against Bayer Leverkusen, which, I mean, let's be honest, Leverkusen will probably go through, but it's football, you never know. But yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 to West Ham. But come on, Fulham, by the way. Obviously, I'm a Spurs fan, so obviously I hate West Ham, obviously. It's just, yeah. I'm getting pins and needles. This is really hurting me. Yeah, anyway, the second to last game, penultimate game, probably is game of the weekend. It is Arsenal against Villa at the Emirates. Now, obviously, as a Spurs fan, kind of need Arsenal to do us a favour here, so Villa drop points yet again. I mean, Aston Villa obviously drew 3-3 with Brentford in the Premier League last week. I mean, I don't know what's going on there for Villa. I mean, all the goals from Brentford just weren't great defending, to be honest, but obviously, yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a big week for Villa, because obviously they did play on Thursday. They beat Lille 2-1 in the Europa Conference League. I mean, it's a big week for Villa. It's a big week because they got Arsenal on Sunday, which they are most likely going to lose. And obviously they got that second leg against Lille, 2-1 Lille. They're still in the tie, and plus the second leg is in France at the Stade Pierre-Mauroy. So it's going to be tough, and obviously then they've got Bournemouth as well. So a big week coming up now for Aston Villa, but big week coming up now for Villa. I mean, Arsenal, I mean, they obviously were in Europe as well, 2-2 draw with Bayern Munich, good result for them. It's going to be tough as well for Arsenal going to Munich. Can they go through to the semi-finals of the Champions League? I mean, I don't know, to be fair. I mean, Arsenal, I thought they played quite well. I mean, again, to be fair to Bayern, I thought they played very well, considering it hasn't been the best season for Bayern Munich. But for me, I mean, I think injuries is what let Villa down in this game, and apparently defensively last night they weren't too great against Lille. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for Arsenal. And of course, the final game is from Stamford Bridge, Monday Night Football. It is Chelsea versus Everton. Chelsea, I mean, obviously they are pushing to finish in the Conference League. They're only 3 points off West Ham. But I mean, are they going to get Europe? I don't know. Chelsea fans put down in the comments, but I think this game is a lot more about Everton. Obviously, they did have that another 2-point deduction handed to them. And yeah, I mean, last game against Burnley, obviously good win for them. Their first Premier League win since December, I think that is. But yeah, for me, I would definitely say that Everton have a chance of getting something out of this game. But obviously for Chelsea, I mean, 2-2 draw against Sheffield United. Obviously, no disrespect to Sheffield United, but I mean, I just honestly, if there are any Chelsea fans watching this video, put down in the comments what is going wrong, because I just don't know just where to start with Chelsea, to be honest. But I mean, knowing them, they'll probably get a lucky win. To be honest, I think they will get a lucky win. But I mean, for Everton, they've got to go to Stamford Bridge on Monday. They've got to put in fighting effort. I mean, to be fair, the remaining games of the season, they've got big games coming up. Obviously, they've got Forest, they've got Liverpool, Brentford, Luton, Sheffield. They've got big games coming up, and they need to show a fight in every minute. From every minute, literally all the remaining games for Everton now are literally all cup finals. Honestly, it's that tight down at the bottom. I mean, obviously Everton, they literally could be going into their new stadium playing teams like Millwall, Stoke, Huddersfield, I don't know, bloody Sunderland, West Brom, if they don't get promoted, obviously. But yeah, for me, I think Everton will obviously fight until the end, but I think Chelsea are going to get a lucky win. last minute winner for Chelsea. It's going to be Cole Palmer because Cole Palmer. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea. But come on, Everton. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Smash like, subscribe. See you next time.